for this session, this is what we're going to happen. We will, at the end of the session, my objective is that you have your own website using Google Sites. If you have a GAFE account, meaning Google Apps for Education account, it means you can now use classroom.google.com, and you don't have to know these things. Okay? So, well, for those who doesn't have GAFE account, you will benefit a lot from this. But for those who have this GAFE account, it's okay, because your GAFE account, you should use it for school purpose. Now, why do you need to learn Google Sites? There are a lot of reasons. For example, as individuals, we have some, what we call that, we have passion for example, you're in the arts, a lifelong learner, a contributor to the community. So, why? Because how we will use that data? I'll show you later. It's easy to build. I don't know if you know, well, I have this word WYSIWYG for programmers. From DOS base, I don't know if you know DOS base, to Windows base. They call it WYSIWYG. It's an acronym for what you see is what you get. A transition from a DOS base to Windows base. So now it becomes more easy. So it's like the same thing. When you create a website, what you see is what you get. So you don't have to learn HTML/HTML, and then you have to observe the first in, last out. No need for that. Thank goodness. Okay, now it's dynamic because you can use images, you can insert pictures, videos, calendar, everything that you have in your Google Drive. Tomorrow I have a session with Google Drive. Whatever you can put in your Google Drive, you can put it in your website, you can put it anywhere, in any of the Google apps, or Google apps. Now, since it's a website, it's hard to maintain a website. It can be done using collaboration with others, because with Google, you need to share. You need others. You need everyone, all the help that you can need. That is why Google promotes sharing. We will do it now. That's why it's important that we have internet connection. So, for a classroom website, for those teachers here, so before we can create a website, or for those students here, you need to be clear of what is your objective in making a website. For a classroom website, what is the objective of your website? So you can use the website to show what is the objective of the day. For example, for today we will do this. So you can already post it. Because what I do with my student, let me show you an example. A very, very, very short one, because I'm not really worthy. Sites. ICT. Okay, wait. To give them reference materials. For example, for language teacher or for novels, I don't know what subject is that. You can give them additional reading materials. Instead of emailing them the handouts or the reading materials or giving them links, you can put them in your website. So they don't have to go anywhere and search for these materials. You can make use of the Google site to evaluate students. You conduct objective type quizzes, or you conduct survey. You can also put them in your website. So a survey can be done using Google Forms. So everything that you will learn here from the different sessions can be used in Google Sites. That is why Google Site, I putting it all together, putting everything together. So now a website can be dedicated to one subject, or it can be dedicated to one level. For example, grade 10. All subjects can update a website for different subject area, but students will only visit one site for all their subjects. So it's up to you to decide. You gather all the teachers in the same level, and then you decide, are we going to make use of one website or one website for each subject? It's up to you to decide. So for the students, it can be used by a student to post their output. to create their e-portfolio. Nowadays, employers, teachers, we would like our students to be globally competitive, right? Am I correct to assume that? We want our students to be globally competitive, so they can go anywhere without any problem. Now, employers, now I don't know if it's done here, but employers do background checks, correct?
Yes.
Now, they can do that using the internet. They should know their Facebook account. How responsible is this applicant? I'll look at her or his Facebook account. Is he responsible in posting anything online? Because the character of the person will reflect on how he behaves or she behaves in the internet. Because the behavior in the internet should not be far from how he behaves in the real life. So whatever he does online should also reflect his true behavior. Because we want our students to be responsible digital citizens. Is that correct? So we have to teach this to our students. That is why there are a lot of cyberbullying. I don't know, in the Philippines, cyberbullying is a problem. So guidance counselors are asking for help. How can we prevent this? Technology is there. So the administration of my school decided to block Facebook. I told them it's not the solution because everyone has access to Facebook in their own houses. So it's not the solution to block these websites because they have access outside school. So you're not addressing the problem. Make use of Facebook for educational purposes. I conducted a survey. I have an action research that 70% of their online time spent for personal use. So around 30%. So, and then I surveyed how many hours do you spend online in the span of 7 days, including Saturdays and Sundays. And I found out they spend 35 to 40 hours a week. So I told them, how is that possible? I report to Poveda, to our school, 40 hours a week. So how is that possible that you spend 35 to 40 hours a week? Sir, after going home, I eat my dinner, and then I go online. What time do you sleep? Sir, 11, 12, what? In the evening. That's why you're like that. If I told them they are 16, 17 years old, do you want to look beautiful when you grow up after 10 years? Of course, sir, I have this and that. So if you want to have that beauty, after 10 years, you sleep early, so you can wake up early. It doesn't mean if you have enough sleep, let's say 7, 8 hours of sleep, but you sleep from 3 a.m. to 10 a.m., it's not a healthy way of sleeping. So in this manner, we also educate them how important it is to sleep on the regular sleeping hours from 9 or 10. I think it's late. I usually go to bed at 8:30 or 9 in the evening. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's my body clock. So when I arrived yesterday, around 8:30 Dhaka time, it's 10:30 p.m. Philippine time. I was so sleepy. Be responsible citizen in the real world and in the cyberspace or in the internet world. Okay? So we teach them those things. So let's start building your site. Think of what you want to do. For the first timer, what would you like to have for your class? If you want to dedicate a website for your class, or if you're passionate about photography, okay, let's create a website for your photos. I think you all have cameras using your phones and you like to post a lot. Sometimes we share them using Facebook, but sometimes we blog, we write something about it, right? So there are I know you've seen a lot of websites dedicated for that. That's one way of teaching our students to be more independent. Because if we use Facebook, what happens? They are distracted with other posts. So let's dedicate a site that will focus on the purpose of that. So for educational purposes, or for whatever purpose, as long as there's no distraction. That is why we have Google Sites. So kindly go to, remove my J. Gary Garcia. Kindly go to sites.google.com/site, or sorry, sites.google.com. That's it. And then if you log in, or if you sign in, you will see, wait a minute. When you sign in, you should see, I have to sign out. Okay, no. Can you go to sites.google.com now? And then sign in. After signing in, you should have a similar layout to mine, but mine has a lot of sites already.
Will you please show the address?
Sites.google.com.
That's it.
Okay, let me post it. Let me create. No. Whew, I'm a bit nervous because this is not my unit. That is why I'm having a problem controlling the presentation, typing, sites.google.com. And then, may I ask for a mouse, please? Yes, because I'll be using a lot of it. Okay, kindly visit sites.google.com. Is it okay? Can you see it from the back? Let me make it bigger. And then kindly sign in. If you haven't signed in, please sign in. Okay, sites.google.com. Done? Done signing in?
Internet problem.
No connection? There's internet.
Slow.
Attract the positive energy. We have internet. We have internet?
Slow internet.
Yes.
We have slow internet.
Okay. We will not make it. Okay. Okay, great. Everyone has a internet connection, and
Excuse me, where?
now you'll see. You will see we have similar layout for the window. We have the create button, correct? Kindly click create. Click create. So once you click create, there are a lot of things that is needed to be supplied. Do not make use of template, please, because well, it's nice to make use of templates, but you will be overwhelmed with what should I put here? What should I put here? What should I put here? Because it's a template, you have to supply all the content. Since we're just starting, do not make use of template, but make use of blank template. Now, name for your website. For example, I'll make use of, now, in naming the website, it's okay to have the same name. But the thing is, it will be used as part of the URL of your website. If your name is not unique, you have to supply another name. So, thank you. Working? Thank you. Okay. First. Hello. Ayan. Okay. Okay, first, you have to supply for the name of your website. Think of a name and then type it there. For example, let me make it unique. Gary at... Mouse is not working.
Madam, queue video share then. Queue video nahi?
Mouse is not working. It's not working. Okay. It's okay, I'll make use of the mouse. So again, think of a name for the website. In my case, I will make use of Gary at Daffodil International University Google Summit. I hope it's unique. Okay? I hope it's unique. So think of a name for your website, and then you will see that whatever you use for the name will be part of the URL. Yeah. Supply. Okay, that's right. Do you have it now? Now, kindly supply for the name of your website, and you will see that it is automatically added as part of the site location or the URL. And then let's check if it's unique. Okay, let's supply the code first. Kindly supply the code first at the bottom part. So you have to write the code. Whatever code is there, please type it there. And then click create. Can you do it now? If it's not working, it means you have to repeat your name or you have to re-enter the code. If it's successful, you will have this thing. Please wait. Creating your site. Can you supply a name and supply the code and then click create? Is it successful? Thank you. Okay. Now, so basically, when you create a website, you have one web page. It's called home, which means it's the home page. Or when you type sites.google.com/site/Gary, DIU at blah, 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 etc., it's hard to give it to students and visit sites.google.com. I have a solution for that. Okay. Yes. Sites.google.com. If you go to sites.google.com and you turn on login, you will be asked to log in. Whether you go to sites.google.com without logging, you will be asked to log in. That's the challenge of this one, the internet connection. Okay, so you have an initial page. Usually, an initial page is used for welcoming the visitors. You show what's the site all about. That is why in a website, it's usual that you have the link about. So that's about the website. And then we will build the other links. Okay? So let's say this is now our website. And automatically, you have the link here. The name of the website is home, and then it's home. If you want to edit it, you will see here the menu bar. It's to edit the existing page, to create a new page, setting, and display. We'll discuss them one by one. Let's start with edit page, meaning we will edit the home page. So once we click this, you are ready to edit this page and supply the content. Meaning, I don't like to make use of home. I'd like to make use of welcome. The word welcome. Because this is my initial page. And then, the purpose, let's say, welcome to my page. And then, just like in any word processing software, you can insert image. I will look for an image, for example, okay, from the URL, I'll look for one. Let's say daffodil. Okay, let me go to Google Summit. Okay, so let me click this. I'd like to put a photo, my photo, in my page. So I'll just go to an existing website and capture my photo. So I'll right-click this one and copy image URL. It's not copy image location. Copy image URL. So I can supply it by pasting the URL here. Okay, so you can insert image, whether you upload it using this one or using an existing photo on a website, you can put it there. And then you may put, hi, it's Gary Garcia. Gary Garcia. And then I'll click OK. What is this alt text optional? Let's say you put a lot of content on this page. Once you save this, it's already there.
You insert your pictures that has a URL. It was in a website. How come I can, if I want to insert any pictures that not on the website, upload from my files?
You can upload a photo. Okay, for example, let me go to edit again. I can put another image by uploading a photo by clicking insert and then image and then upload images. It's there. I make use of this one because this is not my unit. That is why I make use of using web address URL. So if you have a photo in your laptop, just click the first option, upload image, and it's the usual thing, you have to locate the photo. This is not mine. Okay. Okay, so you save it. So whatever you do in word processing, it's the same thing here. You want to change this, you want to put it in the middle, put it in the middle. When you select the image, you can change the alignment to the left, in the middle, to the right. You can make it smaller. You can make use of another size, large, or original size. Okay? So together with the text, you can put some wrapping of text, wrapping on, or you can just put wrapping off. Okay? So, I'll save this. I have it in my site. If you will type sites.google.com/site/Gary@diugs, you can see this one because it's online. Now, it's hard to ask students, kindly visit sites.google.com/site. What, sir? There's a solution. And let me give this to you. It's not part of my topic. It's part of my topic at the end, but you may use, so you highlight your URL. You copy your URL and create a new tab. And I will visit goo.gl. goo.gl is a Google shortener to make your long URL shorter. So, all I need to do now is type my URL, and then I'll ask Google to shorten my long URL. Okay, these are the list of URL that I have created. So, the shorter version now is go.gl/exuhfb. So it's shorter. The thing now is, there's no recall. If you make use of go.gl, it's okay. But it's hard to memorize, correct? You cannot recall it easily. How can you expect students to visit your website that they need to memorize a short code, which is hard to understand? There's another solution. Okay? The other solution is another shortener, but it's not under Google anymore. It's okay not to use Google Apps or Google products. You go to gg.gg. Again, you go to gg.gg. So, you put your long URL here. So I'll copy the long one. So I'll copy this one, and then type it here. when you type it, you have to check this one to make it easier. So gg/gary at Daffodil International University Google Summit. Or make it shorter if you want. Okay? As long as it is not yet taken, you can make use of that. So once you click create, there you go. Excellent. So it's easier now to, okay, class, visit gg.gg/Gary at DIUGS because it has a meaning. Actually, I'm kidding my students. gg.gg is Gary Garcia. Gary Garcia. What, sir? How did you do that? No, it's just a joke. Okay?
Google.
Oh, yeah. Let's not Google. Anyway, so it's easier to recall the URL. So, okay, you have now shortener go.gl or gg.gg. So it's more personal. It's easy to remember. So, anyway, whatever changes you made here will automatically apply because it's just the URL. Okay, so let's go back to our class website or in our sites.google.com. Where's my presentation? Okay, so you've done this one. So let me check. So you visited sites.google.com, you selected the blank template, you know the purpose, you name the website, and then now think of the structure, because we already created the first page, which is the welcome page. How are you going to create the new page? So before you create a new page, what is the structure of your website? So let's go proceed to the next one. Okay. You can have this structure. I just named it randomly. Bravo, Tango, Alpha, Charlie. It's up to you. But think of something. What will be under my, let's say this is about. About is all about about the course, for example. And then what will be the sub-pages of it? What should I put under that particular page? Let's say for teachers, for example, class encounter. For the class encounter, let's say the second link will be the class encounter. For the class encounter, motivation, discussion, evaluation. I don't know, it's up to you. Or mechanics, whatever you want to do. So dedicate something for that. And then for this one, additional references or references. I don't know. It's up to you to decide now. And then for the last one, for example, evaluation or portfolio for the students or artwork or gallery. So usually in a website, you have the main website, you have about, contact us, gallery. So it's up to you what link would you like to have for your website. So it can be more. You can add some more. Okay? So think now, what is the use of this part first? What will be under this one? So, I think I have some suggestions here. Oh, okay. Okay. Before we proceed with the first part, since it's a website, if you notice, we have several links and we have several sublinks, which is very overwhelming if you're the only one working on the website. That is why we have the share button. We have here the share button. Why is it important to share? Because you cannot do it alone. Google promotes sharing. So by default, any website that we have created, the website that you have created now, it's by default public on the web. So you can make it private first. So since it's not yet done, you don't like other people to show or to see nothing in there. So change the setting to change the public on the web, so anyone on the internet can find and view. So change it to specific people. You change it to specific people, and then you supply their email addresses, so you can work on that website together. Because it's hard to maintain. For example, oh, you work on the evaluation link. I'll work on the gallery link. You work on the other links. So you distribute the load. Okay? So, our website can also be, as I mentioned earlier, it can be used for the entire level. For example, for grade 10, oh, the first link is for English. The second link is for science. Third link is for math and another subject. And then each teacher can decide what do I like to put as part of my subject. So it's up to you to decide what will it be. Or you can select the second one, anyone with the link. So it means you have to give them the URL before they can visit the site. If they don't know the URL, they cannot search for it. So, because if you select the first one, they can search for it. While the second one, they cannot search for it, but if they know the link, they can visit the site. While the third one, you can only show it to the people whom you authorize. Okay, for example, you authorize only this group of students, so they can view. If you share them, can view, because there's a different level of sharing a website. So, for example, I'll select this one. Select. And then you will see, after clicking select, okay, let me change it again. I'll select, and then specific people. So, how can you identify who are these specific people? You can invite people here at the bottom part. You can type their email addresses. For example, I'll share this site with Gigi Ortigas. And then, take note, there's a drop down here. Again, collaboration is being promoted by Google. The reason why it is owner, if you make them as owner, co-owner of the website, they can do everything. They can even delete the website. Okay? So, it's up to your decision now. How far would you like these people to have access to modify the site and even delete the site? If you make use of his owner, they can delete the site. That's the danger of making them his owner. That is why, for collaboration, they are only selected can edit. Okay, so for other teachers, and you want to have the control over the site, you make them as can edit. While can view, the use of this is that it's easy to understand. They can only view the website. They cannot make any modification. So we share it to specific people that can only view to look at the website. So as teachers, we share it to our students, basically. Okay? So it's up to you. Decide. Can view, can edit, is owner. So it's up to you now. So by default, it's shared as can edit because collaboration again. So after that, you just have to click send. Now, okay, can you look for a partner and then share it with your website with them, so you can see how it works. When you say collaboration, how can she or he edit my site?
For permissions, there's three options: is owner and can edit. What's the difference? If can edit, so she
can edit. If you use is owner, he is owner can delete the website. While can edit, they cannot delete the entire website. Can only modify the website, but cannot delete. I'll show you later because there's a setting. Later you'll see what do I mean by delete. If you can edit, you can also delete. You can delete the word. You can delete a part of it, but not the entire website. Okay, that's the is owner and can edit. So, can you look for someone now? I'm giving you 2 minutes to look for a partner and share the website with your partner. And then try to add something to your website. So you do the same thing to your website. For example, you share it with him, with her, sorry, and then you share it your website with him, and then you make modification on her side, you make modification on his side. Can you do that now? You have control, or don't we do that? Okay, can you do the same thing?
How to browse this one again?
Alright, I can see. My eyes, I have a poor eyesight. I was very earlier. That's it. Yes. This one. You want to share it with others? Share. There you go. And then you will see sharing information. That's the same window that I have here. Okay? Can you look for a partner now? I'm giving you 3 minutes to look for a partner, share it with your partner, and try to modify or to add a page using the new button, the add page. So after clicking or entering their email address, you may go back to the site by clicking this one. Okay? So try to add a new page. So right now, we have one page, which is the welcome page. If you're a collaborator, let's say you're in charge of gallery. So create a new page and name it as gallery. Click create. You will see, would you like to put gallery under welcome or under the home page or as part of the main link? Meaning they are of the same level. Because we can have several links, but a page can be a sub-page of a page. That is why we have that structure. If they are of the same level, you put them at the top level. Yes. Now, you will ask, what do you mean by this? Okay, let me discuss this one now. If you remember, in my presentation, I have 4. Because basically, there are 4 types of a page. The first one is a web page, the usual text, photo, or even video. The other one, if you will notice, here, if you notice here, let me discuss this one so you know the difference. Web page, which is the initial or the default setting when you add a new page, while announcement, from the word itself, you can make a short announcement. Or it's the same as Facebook's post. Write a post or write a status. It's the same thing. Let me select announcement. Let me briefly describe ng file cabinet. File cabinet is used for putting all the resources. Instead of you distributing them, as I mentioned earlier, you can create a page wherein you put filing cabinet, because you will see that it is organized by table. And then all you need to do is put the file there so the students can visit the site and then download if they want to download it, or just open the file if they just want to read it. So it's up to them now. So while list is for if you have other references to visit, but you don't want them to search for it, you make use of list. Now, let's create for the second page, for the partner, can you make use of announcement? So, for example, let's say blog. I'll just name it as blog. Why? Because as I mentioned, it's like Facebook. So I don't know if you can see. I think you can see now. When you click post, this is the easiest way of putting something in there instead of clicking edit. So when you click post, you have a similar page to a web page, but let's say session 2. And then the content will be, it's all about session 2, all about Google site. So you can make this text as a link. How do you create a link? Highlight the text, click this link. There are several kinds of links. And then you go to, let's say, instead of them typing the URL, you can type the URL for them by clicking web addresses, and then it will go to sites.google.com. And then, would you like to open it in a new window or on the same window? You may check the new window. It's the same thing. But if you will go back to the blog, you will see that if you have several, you can now have this. So the students can go back to the post and look at it instead of clicking the different links. So again, this is different from the welcome page because this one can show all the existing posts or read that specific post. Do you get it? Add fast. Because in a page, you can have, for example, attachment. For example, you want to refer to the document below or to the PDF file below. I don't know what's inside. Let's make use of this. So you are, it's a web page. It's like attaching a file in an email. To refer to the attached file. So they can refer to that one when you're trying to, example this one. So they can just easily go to this one. So it's automatically done. If it's a one-time thing that you want to attach a file to this link, for example, or something to do with what's posted, you can make use of add files. Okay? That's the second one. So this is the kind of, this is announcement. Okay, let's add another one. So you will see how it looks like. So another one is the file cabinet, and file cabinet is similar to list. So resources, and then create. All the created pages are under the top file. If you notice this one, it's different from a web page and for blog because automatically you can add file, you can add link, you can add a file from Drive, or you can create a data folder. So you can create a folder using Drive and paste everything there. Okay? So you can delete it if you don't want to distribute it anymore. For example, you only have from this time up to this time to access this file and get a copy of it. After that, it's done. It's gone. Okay? So if you notice, I have created all the pages as part of at the top level. So they are aligned. Now, for example, under resources, I will create a new page. By default, when you click new page, you can put it under page resources, and then let's say sub-page for resources. So for example, you have sub-pages for each class, so you make use of that. If you notice, resources, and then it's a sub-page for resources, because that's how I label it. It's automatically indented for organizational purposes. And then you click Save. Now the website is a bit dull. It's plain white. If you want to automatically design it, so we have discussed edit page, we have discussed add a new page. Now settings. In here you can do a lot of things. Let's go to the long method. Click settings and then manage site. In manage site, you can easily decorate your site, just like themes in Gmail. In Forms, there's also themes. In every Google product, there is always a theme. So, if you want to change the theme, the color and fonts, you can go here and then change the theme. So change the theme to, for example, I'd like to make use of, where is that? Sun horizon. You will see the preview here. So you can save it if you like it. So I don't have to design it. I don't have to spend a lot of time saving. So you click save after selecting a theme and just go back to the main page. And it's done. Now, I'd like to have something here as part of the header. Go back to settings again and manage site. This is the long method because there is a shorter method. And then, where is that? You go to themes, colors, and fonts again. And then you can see that you can change the background of the header area, of all this area. But it's a bit tedious to understand. So let's go back, let's go to the shorter way of building or designing your website. Instead of going to manage site, you go to edit site layout. And then all you need to do, what part would you like to change? I'd like to change the header. And then I'd like to place a photo as part of the header. So I'll look for a photo. Okay, I don't know what image is this. I'll just use it. And then click open. And then click OK. Oh, okay. And then you click OK. So it will be part of the header. There you go. And then close. Because right now we're in the editing mode. So click close, and there you go. Okay? So again, it is made possible by clicking settings and then site layout. We manipulated the header. You may ask, but in other side, I can see that the menu is on top, not on this side, because it's old style of creating a website. Okay, so how do you put this one here on top? So click horizontal navigation. When you click that, you are activating this part. Okay, again, when you click this, you're activating this part, so you can click this one, and then you have to manually add the blog, and then add another page which has the resources. Whatever page is available or whatever sub-page is under that main page will be added also. So click OK. And then let me click close. So we have now 3 items here. Okay? So we have welcome, which is the main one. And then blog, and then resources. Under blog, oh, there's no link. Okay. If this happens, how can you put the exercises and session 2 under this one? Again, you go back to settings, edit site layout, and then you click the header, and you will see you can add a page and then make use of this one. The plus sign means it has a sub-page. Add it, and then there you go, it's added. But it's on the same level with the rest of the links. So you may want to put it up, move it up, and make it under blog. And then add another page again. Again, the process is clicking add page, go to blogs, and then session 2. Click OK, and then you will see that's under session 2 or under blog automatically. When you do this, you have the option to change the way it is presented. By default, it's boxes. The one here, on top, it's by box. You can change it to tabs or links. Let's make use of tabs. So, when you close this, you'll see the actual effect. Okay, it's now a tab. I don't know if you can really see the difference of tabs and box. But what happened now? Where's the exercises in session 2? Move here. Did you see that? When you move your mouse pointer, automatically it creates a drop-down menu. for that particular page. So you can click here and then it's posted here. Okay? Now, this one has no use. If you want to remove this part, okay, if you want to remove that part, all you need to do is go back again to edit side layout and then close or X, meaning to remove. Click OK and it's gone. So when you close this, it's not there anymore. Okay? Are we clear with that? Now, for your exercise, you have internet connection. So can you please work on what would you like to do for these things? Let me run through this one. So suggestion for those teachers who are using, for those teachers, you may use the first, this is just a suggestion. You can put the class description, objective of the class, or the schedule or calendar. How do you insert that? I'll show you later. Okay, let me show it now. How do you insert a calendar, for example, in the welcome page? Because it's important that you need to update your students. If you're using Google Calendar, you can insert it by clicking Edit, and then let me make it smaller so you can visually see how let me remove this one, okay? So I will insert a calendar, Google Calendar. And then whatever you do in your calendar, for example, EdTech events. So EdTech events is not my calendar. It is a shared calendar by Google Educators Group and Google Teachers Academy people. So you can change the pixel of that, the height, etc. by changing the pixel. Let's say I'll make it 400 to make it smaller so it will fit in our screen. So you may check or uncheck this one, meaning show week, month, etc. The usual manipulation of calendar. If you want to include the title. So it's the calendar. When you save this page, automatic, you have the calendar here. You will see you have lots of events. So you can do the same thing, manipulate, you can click, navigate, today. Now, once the creator of this calendar changes something, this one will be updated. So whoever has the authority to change the calendar, it will automatically reflect on your page. So, again, so there you go. Where is that? Here. So again, you may insert calendar. So for students, you can use this calendar to synchronize your calendar and make sure that you have the same schedule. Now, for students, we need to teach them how to be good citizen or responsible digital citizen. So sometimes we ask them to fill out a form and then write everything there. So we can make use of docs. Okay? For docs, we'll deal with it later. Docs is for Google Drive, not for this session. So insert a photo, insert a video. Let me show you how to insert a video. Let me create or edit this page, and then I'll remove the calendar, and then insert a video. So insert video from YouTube, for example. So you can click that one, whatever video that you can see from YouTube, you can insert that, as long as you know the URL. So let's go to YouTube. YouTube.com. And then let me go to my channel. Video, sorry. We'll go to video creator. And then I'll just look for my video. Okay, let me share this with you. This is my application video. Let's stop this one. Okay, in some schools, let me close this one. In some schools, the technique is this. In some schools, YouTube is blocked. I don't know if it's the same case here. But in my school, they block YouTube. The solution is you put your video in Google Drive. And then you get the link from Google Drive and insert it there from your Google Drive. So they won't detect it is from YouTube because it's not really from YouTube, but it's under Google Drive. So I have the URL, copy. I'll go to the site, and then I'll paste it here, and then I'll click save. So the video is inserted in my page, but it is not really from my storage. It's from YouTube. So there you go. So I can now play this video and share it to my class. Why is it important?
Hi, I'm Garcia, a family man with 2 kids. I innovate by exploring, experimenting, and expanding. I explore. I like trying out whatever is new. My curiosity always led me to something good. As a teacher, I start by exploring my dreams for my students by answering the question, what knowledge and skills I would like to have for my student. I then research the internet for whatever information is available. Then I experiment. I want my students to have something that they can use every day. Something practical, something that will make things easier for them. Something that will help them organize things like when students collaborate with one another to work on a project. I always make it a point that whatever I design will be beneficial for them. I expand. Sharing is the best way to deepen my knowledge about things because when I share them, I always gain new ideas and be able to test my design. When things go smoothly, I then expand my knowledge by redesigning what I know based on how I implement the things.
In that manner, I believe they generate positive change in the educational community. Better design, better training for my students, and great innovation. So, I think we have the same way of learning. We experiment, we share, and we expand by sharing again. Now, why is it important to make use of self-intro video? The video, that one, it's my application video for Google Teacher Academy. If you plan to be Google certified teacher, they will ask you to fill out a form, create a resume, and make it and share it as public. And then you have to create a video that will answer a question. For our batch, Google Teacher Academy Southeast Asia, last October 2 and 3, the question was, how do you innovate inside the classroom if you're a teacher, or if you're a school administrator, how do you innovate in the academic community to generate positive change? And you have to answer that for a minute, not longer than that. Maybe they will accept 5 if you exceed 5 seconds. But they are very strict. You have to answer it for 1 minute. That is why I recorded my voice and cut all the dull part. That is why, if you notice, I speak a bit fast. I don't really speak that fast. Okay? So there is a question that they will ask you to answer using a video. Okay, next one. So, again, it can be a discussion. A page can be for a discussion, for announcement, if you're using announcement page. For a student, it can be blog or journal or a reflection. Instead of asking the students to write a reflection paper, submit it tomorrow. What if they are absent, but they can write a reflection? They can make use of sites. If you have all the links of their website, so you don't have to collect them. Let's go paperless so we can save the environment. So another way of promoting or helping the environment or teaching the students. So while for the list or file cabinet, these are the tips. And then for the evaluation, you can add forms. If you have Google Forms, you can add it into your site or contact me. For example, as a teacher, some students are like this. They are so shy that they don't want to raise their hand and ask questions in front of the class. We need to address these concerns because if you don't have a venue as a teacher to entertain these students who are very shy, they won't learn much from us. Since there are different behavior of students, so we can address them using this. So you can use contact me or any inquiry concern. So the thing is, it will be a bit tedious for us to check our email and reply. But at least we provide them the venue to communicate with us, not just inside the classroom, but outside the classroom. So learning can happen anywhere we are, using your laptop, desktop, or your mobile phones, because these websites can be accessed through your mobile phones. We have internet connection now, right? Don't have? Okay. Anyway, let me show you how can we display this one in a mobile phone, since we have a smaller display area. So we go to settings again. Settings again, and then we manage. In this case, we have to go to manage site, and then under the general tab, I thought you have internet. Okay, under the general tab, we can make this one enable and configure. No, wait, not this one. This one is for the search. Make it available for searching the website. So let's check this one. So Google will adjust your website according to the mobile phone's display. Even the submenu will be created by Google that will be compatible to any device, whether Android, iOS devices. Yeah, it will be okay. So we don't have to worry about how are we going to display for a mobile phone. So Google will do it for you. Now let me discuss this one. Configure search. Now for this one, if we go to our website, if you notice, we have, let me copy. We have this part. I don't know if you've noticed that one. The search, this one. It's nice to have this feature because if they look for, let's say they visited a page before, you have discussed something, all they need to do is type the keyword and then the page will be displayed. But there are cases that you have to hide this one. For example, the page contains your assessment, your evaluation. Of course, a page for assessment or evaluation, you will make it public or available for them on a specific given time. So if you have activated this one, they can search for it. These things, I think I have created, inserted a logo or icon earlier. So change to blank templates to themes, done. Color, it's the same thing. Navigation tool for it. Okay, we have removed the navigation tool on the side, but you can add tools for that. Because as I mentioned, a website can be for all subject area, or for each subject area. What if you want to make it big? You want the website to be visited by teachers, by students, and by parents. The solution now is to provide a navigation tool or a menu for each, for teachers, for students, and for parents. How is that? What if the parents will click on the teachers? So there are concerns like that. We'll discuss it later. There is security level for each page. Okay, so let me go back to the navigation tool. How do we add that? If we remove them earlier, to add a navigation tool, we go back to Edit Side Layout. And then you will see Sidebar. You add a sidebar, or you add something. So it's a navigation tool. So you add a navigation tool. So to add something to it, you just have to move your mouse pointer and then click it. And then add a page. For example, the blog. So it will be repetitive. But for the purpose of discussion, I am showing you how to add a navigation tool. This is for parents, for example, or for teachers. If you want to add another navigation tool for another group of people, you can add another navigation. And then this is for example, for resources. So it's like categorizing a navigation tool. Now, navigation, you can change the navigation to, let's say, teachers or parents. Parents. And then, okay. So it will become parents. And then, let's make this for students. So meaning they will have to go here. And then okay. So we have now a navigation tool for students and parents. You can also add for teachers. There you go. The question again is, what if there is a navigation tool for teachers? Can the parents, so we will make the resources page, that's, since it's the one here, you go here, okay, you visit the page, and then you click page sharing and permission. Okay? We are making it available only for parents. So you will see after that, enable page level permission. Meaning, if you specify a group of people that can access this page, they are the only one who can access the page. So if a student attempt to click the links for the parents, they will be asked to enter their login name. Because if we have this, if we will enable page level permission, it requires login. So which means you have to know the email addresses of parents and students, and then group them as parents, group them as students. Grouping, Google Groups. Okay? So you turn this on, and then you specify who will be able to visit this site. So enabling page permission. So here you go. It is stated here, right? By default, it's the selected one is the site, but you can select resources, and then you enable only the parents by entering this one. Change, and then custom, add new. Okay? And then how are we going to add the users? It's still changing. Saving. Site permission change. Wait. Sorry. Select this one and then select add new. I forgot to select the second one. This one is still selected. Select this one and select add and then save. Because sometimes you don't want to share it. That's why you have it there. For example, for exams. And then, so you have to share it now to a specific group of people. Include specific add. Link to share. This is, where's the link for that? Okay, earlier we created share and permission. If we have included them, that is how we can ask them to view. Okay, we have to add them first in the sharing and permission. So they will be listed here, and then let's change them as can view. And then save changes. And then, let's try. So it's save. Can you visit this one, please? No, the gg.gg. Where is that gg.gg? Let me check if this Control A. Can you visit gg.gg? gg.gg/Gary@DIUG. Do you have internet? Okay. If you have internet connection and you visit the site, you can view all except for the resources because I enable the page level permission. You have internet, try visiting this site. You don't have to put this one. Just make use of this URL, and you should, if you have internet connection, you just have to type this, and you will see that when you try to click this one, resources, you will ask to enter your login name. if you, okay, earlier, we have to click share, and then we will sharing permission. Okay. Right now in the main site, let's go to the main site. Let's go to the main site by clicking the root, the highest level, and then share, and then we enable okay. Public on the web first. Okay. Let me go back to sharing. Share this as public. Change. And then let's change it to public, so later on we can add the same process earlier that we did. So we select this one, and then there you go. Add email addresses. So you have to add first all the email addresses before we can manipulate this one, page level permission. So it's important that you organize first your contacts, classify them, create groups. That is why it's easier to enter all the email addresses of parents and students if you make use of Google Groups.
And I don't have access to my parents' contact on some website. So what will be the security code that have to know the parents and the students?
Okay. Again, we have a different group for students. We have different groups for parents. When you add the group for the students, it's can be only. So the people in that group can be are the group of people who can view the document or the page. So if they don't belong to the group, they cannot view the page. Because take note, we have selected, for example, web resources. And then let's say this one is a parent group, so they can view this particular page. This level permission is for this page. So for students, I don't think we don't need to make it exclusive for the students. So for sure, if it's for the student, the parent should be able to access that. But let's say this one is for teachers, that parents should not be able to access. So meaning, you have another person here. So you turn on, here, let's just say this is for the teachers group. Change this to can view. So it will only apply to this particular page because you have a different page level permission for each group of pages. So when you apply something to this page, it will only apply to those email addresses here. But if that one is for parents, so this is the only thing that they can access, not this one. So it's important that you select first and then change the level permission. So because if earlier by default this is selected, this is for all. See?
I'm a parent, and I don't have access. Like I have, access to the blog as a parent, and the resource is for teachers. So I went to this website. If I click on the resources, then it will not show.
Do not show. Because it will require a login for those who are authorized to view the page.
So I have to log in through my email in Gmail accounts. Okay. So if someone know my email accounts, and then they can access. Okay, that's the question. I thought that there will be generate some another password or something. No. Okay.
If you're authorized as a parent and you're authorized to a specific page, that's the only thing that you can access. So you have to identify the group, because everyone can access the site. But for this page, these are the group of people. For this page, these are the group of people. Yeah. Okay.
Can students upload their documents?
Yes. Take note earlier, we can insert a folder. Okay?
Students can upload their papers or documents?
Yes. With Google Drive, again, anything in Google Drive can be used in Google Site. Now, for example, the folder you shared in Google Drive is for can edit. It means the student can put files on it. But if you include that folder in your site, you have to check who are can edit, because if you put can edit, if it's in a website, if it's by public can edit, everyone can edit. The danger of that is that if you put can edit, students, we're both students. We both have access to it and can edit. If we pass our output and then our classmate has somehow grudge on us, he can delete our files. That's the danger of can edit.
Can everybody show this individual URL?
Good question. So what is the solution if there is a danger of someone deleting your file? Using Google Forms, you ask for their link, and in that case, you are not saving it in your drive, but it's still saved in their drive, but you have their links so you can access the file. That's the solution. Yeah. So there's a danger if you show or if you share a folder that can edit, because anyone who has ability to edit can delete any content of that folder. So that's how it goes. Permission sharing, so we have to be aware of who people can edit, can view, is owner. So in Google Drive, there's three sharing: can view, can edit, can comment. So meaning they can see, can edit, can view, and can comment. They can see the document. But what is the difference? If you can edit, it means you can edit. If can view, you can view, but you can comment, you cannot edit. While can comment, you cannot edit the document, but you can give your own suggestion. It's like highlighting something and then comment on it. That's why it's called can comment. So you can, but it's like, for example, in a group of teachers, you have the agenda of the meeting, and then you don't have access to edit it, but you may start commenting about the agenda. So even before the meeting starts, you have a lot of inputs. So that's can comment. In Google Drive tomorrow, I think I'll explain that further. I feel bad because you don't have internet. As I mentioned earlier, my objective is that you have your own. I'm so mayabang. Mayabang is, what do you call that? How do you say that in English? Mayabang. I'm so confident that you'll have your own website, but unfortunately you don't know to say that. Anyway, that's the limitation of technology. You can do anything about it. Any question?
Is there any size constraint in sites.google.com for a particular website? And if there is a size constraint, then what can the owner do if the size is almost over?
Okay. Good question. The size. We only have upload it from your site, get it from YouTube. Now, if the YouTube is blocked from your school's domain, put the video in your drive and then get the link and then paste it in your site. Now, with Google Drive, basically 15 gig, the thing is, who has Chromebook here? Chromebook.
I am.
Great. Just check the setting because you have 1 terabyte of size instead of 15 gig.
Yeah, it's big now. Yeah.
Yes. Now for those with Garcia account, you have unlimited storage. I don't know if you know that. You have unlimited storage. Now for the Google classroom.google.com, you have to check with your administrator, the one that modifies the system, because I think it's 10 gig. There's an allocation for the site, because you don't have to put everything inside, because it will later on reach its limit. So make use of the links. That's why you share the links. That's how you do it. Okay? So that's how the constraint can be addressed. What else?
After creating the sites in the Google sites, can I redirect with the other domain address, with reconnect with this site with other sites, other domain address? Can I do that?
I think so. But
How?
I'm not a technical person.
Okay, I have another question. There is when I upload a file or image, can I research or crop here image file? There is a only limitation option: simple, medium, and large, or 100%. Is there any option that freely crop or resize the image?
No, that's the option. Small, medium, large, and
There is no other option. Okay, thank you.
okay. Any other question? If you want to make it the actual size, make the actual, so let's say you Photoshop it, and then make sure that you know the width and height by pixel. So when you insert it, make use of the original size. That's the solution to that.
I know, maybe I don't get the actual size, but there's a limited option. Small, medium, and size. It's the built-in keyword. 100% should be the page limited, which is the page pixel. That means 1000.
I want to make it fixed.
Yeah, I want to make it fixed. That some files, this is simple. While I click the simple button, then maybe shows the 1/3 option. 1/3.
For example,
You want to make it flexible.
Yeah, fixed.
I have a picture with you. I just want to send your picture in the site, not me. So I want to crop your picture from the main picture and place it in the site.
But you have to crop the picture before you upload it there.
You have to edit it first.
Yes, edit it first, and then if you want to make it adjustable or adjustable. No. Okay. Other question?
Can I download the site?
Yes, you get the entire website. There's no downloading of template. You can create a template. Okay. Okay, let's go back to sites. Okay, let's go to so it's like you're creating your own template, right? Is that what you want to know?
After creating the template, then I want to download the template actually.
No, there's no way.
No option.
No option for that. You can create your own template, but you cannot download what you have. It's like the thing, it's Control S. I thought you're asking how are you going to create your own template. Yes, you can, but to download it, there's no way. I don't think there's a way. Okay. I will make all the presentations that I have. I'll make it available. Yes. Yes, I'll do that. Okay, let me do it now. Let me do it now so you get access to all my presentations. Okay, any other question while I'm doing the... Okay, Drive, let me go to Drive. Drive. Okay, new folder. Daffodil, G Summit, Daffodil, National University. Okay, create, and then I'll put all my slides. slides here. Even the presentations that I will not discuss, I'll share it with you. I would gladly share them. Okay, make it as can view. And I'll make it as public. So anyone can view. Copy the link. Done. I'll go to gg.gg. And then, okay, put the long URL. I'll customize so you don't have to memorize a long line. So GS, okay, GSDIU. I hope it works. I hope no one is using that. So Google Summit Daffodil International University, gg.gg/GSDIU. I think it's great. Yes. Okay, so you can access my presentation by visiting this site. I have notes actually below my presentation, but I wasn't able to read them because you know how it looks. So, but you can read all my notes. Go ahead.
For one Google site, I saw that for one browser, the text was justified in both sides, but for another browser, the text was only left aligned. So, what is to do to prevent it?
I have to see that because if you notice earlier, when we edit a site, let me go to a site. Where's the site? When we go to a site, that's sites. Websites. I have to see that because usually when you format something as justified or left align or right align, it should follow the formatting. I hope it's not created using Google site. But if you notice, when you, for example, ICT 40 here, I have here their finals. So this is my blog. Okay, this is the files. So if I try to edit this one, edit post, and if I make the paragraph, for example, I'll click this one and make it justified. We only have this. Left align, center, and right align. If I make it right align, of course it should look like it's right aligned. I don't know how is that possible that when you formulate as justified or left align, it's not showing properly. It's like with another mark, I don't know. Okay? Okay. So, yeah, I don't have answer to that, but I hope it's not used in Google Sites. Is it, do they use on Google Sites?